On the way up the hill, it takes 5 to 6 shovels every 45 seconds. And on the way down, gravity takes over. Dawn, although we are an hour away from the city council meeting, things are expected to get heated tonight. If your license plate looks like this or this, you may get pulled over. What you're seeing here is not a lake, but what's actually supposed to be a part of a road. Just a drizzle. The ground already back to where it was and didn't really absorb any of the water, so you can hear right here. Farmers say this kind of rain is a problem. So you can see dozens of people behind me have started to come, and they're all getting solar eclipse glasses. These are students and community members who are so excited to see the eclipse. To see the extent of the damage, we took out a measuring tape and see how far of a dry patch this is. We're right here at the 40-yard line. The signs that were outside of the building that indicated this is Salem EMS have already been taken down, and as you can see right behind me, the EMS trucks are all lined up here and have nowhere to go.
Salem City Council has voted to close down that city's emergency medical services.
12 News' Barbara Ron has been following the story all day for us. She joins us live in studio. Barbara, how many people are affected by this?
Eric, Dawn, there are around a dozen people in the Salem EMS team, and they say none of them were expecting this, with EMTs and paramedics concerned over access to life-saving care in 2,500 households and a nursing home.
Feeling kind of, blindsided.
Paramedic Wesley Schumann is not alone in this feeling, as Salem EMS team members were in shock to find out on Monday they no longer have jobs.
Shocked that we were just not told or given a chance to look for other employment before, the doors were shut down for Salem, and just, we're jobless.
Another employee who did not want to go on camera went to sleep in the station Sunday night as part of the Salem team, not knowing what was coming. And they were not the only ones who started the morning with unexpected news.
I was getting an update from my staff this morning, my assistant chiefs, and they made us aware that they were contacted around 9 o'clock this morning that Salem was going to quit answering calls about 10 a.m. And surprise, here it's on us.
At that point in time, I called our director of 911, Paul Bump, to see his game plan to reroute the calls and assign them to Harrison County Emergency Squad, just to make sure that we have a game plan and there's no lapse in coverage or anything. Everything would be taken care of.
According to a post on the city's Facebook page, the cause for the shutdown was due to ongoing low call volume that would not support the department's financial stability. Salem City Council's vote came as a surprise to EMS staff, with some of them, like Schumann, finding out through media coverage. EMS workers like Schumann say this is not just the loss of a job, but the loss of an opportunity to do what he loves.
Most people in EMS work 2 or 3 jobs. Because we don't do it because of the pay. That's always great. We do it because we like it. But, I definitely need to secure a second job to make sure ends meet.
The city manager was not available for comment today, citing having to be present alongside police and the assistant director of Salem EMS for the final count of medications and drugs held by the department. But officials made it clear help will still come during an emergency when you dial 911.
We are a church of immigrants, really. We're a whole nation of immigrants.
As the Spanish-speaking population in Harrison County has continued to increase, the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church has been providing Spanish-language services in some form for about 10 years. And about a year ago, Monsignor Paul Hudock began to head the Hispanic ministry after traveling to Guatemala to learn Spanish in an immersion program, and now holds consistent weekly Mass.
Well, I'm very excited to have found this family that I very much needed. And the truth is, yeah, I'm very happy.
Some people travel to Clarksburg every Sunday morning from as far as Buchanan. And missionaries from Columbus, Ohio have also been brought in to increase Mass attendance by recruiting from places like Mexican restaurants. And already, they have increased the average attendance from 30 in August to 70 as of March of 2024.
A community starts coming together, a community where really all can meet and come together and can be part of many activities. Before, there weren't many activities for the Hispanic community.
The goal for the missionaries and the church is to have a packed Mass each week. And Spanish-speaking only families are not the only ones attending, but for some, like Miriam Esquivel, it's a way to make sure their children stay in touch with their culture, even if a few hours a week.
because it's important for them to keep learning their second language well, and that they listen to the Mass in Spanish. That's very different, even though it's similar.
According to the 2020 census, the Hispanic community made up 1.9% of the West Virginia population. Although small, the population, along with a sense of community, continues to grow.
It's no different than if you have German Mass, Polish Mass, or Latin Mass, Italian Mass, French. It just brings us closer to our community.
Right on this road, Jack Huffman has walked part of his 3,000-mile journey from California to Washington, D.C. to help veterans, and he already has raised more than $265,000 since March, and also has the goal of uniting the country one step at a time.
Veterans are very underserved, and I mean, I have a lot of family members that have served a long time in the military, and they gave us the opportunity to chase our dreams, and I'd really like to support them.
Huffman, an Army veteran himself, has walked through 11 states, experiencing severe weather, various wildlife, and going through 7 pairs of shoes, all in 71 days. Huffman has raised more than $23,000 for 2 charities on his 2 previous walks. When you see Huffman, you'll see him pushing a cart carrying 150 pounds of equipment, including a GPS and GoPro, to document his journey. He's also donning a purple shirt for a purpose.
You know, red and blue make purple, that it doesn't matter what side of the fence that you stand on, that we are much more united than we are portrayed to be. Some people have no idea what I'm doing, and they're just really showing the kindness and caring that America is really about.
And if you blink, you might miss him as he walks 2 to 3 miles an hour with an average of 30 to 60 miles a day. Huffman's girlfriend, Tamara Reagan, is right there with him through his headphones and tracking him through his GPS from Michigan.
So many people reach out to us and say how we've impacted their child or impacted their life or helped them make a change or impacted their relationship even because, you know, Jack and I are just very loving towards one another and we're loving each other through this.